Time for ukulele. Hey, everybody. My name's Gary. I am the director of the Rocky Mountain Ukulele Orchestra. Um, we meet here on Monday nights for our members workshop. And if you are finding this videotape at videotape, because if you are finding this videotape because it's 1983, um, you will need to go to jollyrogerukulele.com to get the sheet music. Now, on Monday nights, it's members night, so the sheet music's not laying around. It's really just there hanging out for members only. And so we don't tweet this one. This is top secret. Only the people who know are supposed to be here. So if you happen to be stumbling upon this, you should go check out jollyrogerukulele.com and join us over there for get your membership. That gets you access to all of the sheet music, blah, blah, blah. It's absolutely lovely. And we'll update the website right now with a link to this class. And that'll get folks coming in. We won't start for a few minutes. All right, so view the page. All right, there's that. And there's this, and it opens up to and we are ready to go. And so everybody's here. We're ready to go. All right. Next thing up is I need to get sheet music in place and get me tuned up. And I have this set where you're not supposed to know I'm looking at sheet music, and so it's very secretive. And then I have to remember to look at the camera, not at myself on this screen. Hey Val, hey Marie, how are you? Hopefully the sound is good. So normally, been in the past when we've had sound catastrophes, the first person in says, "Wow, you sound really bad." So if Marie isn't freaking out yet, it's a good sign that I'm sounding okay. Let's see, what else should I talk about today? Been a snowy day here in Denver. Sound is good. Good. That's exciting. Yeah, we've had a snowy day today, and I don't know if it's still snowing or not. I haven't looked outside since the sun went down. We're on daylight savings time now, so it feels like it's midnight. Let's see. Sound is good, Marie says. Lindy says I'm good. All right. So now we just wait for everybody else to come rolling in. Monday nights, I never know whether we get 10 people or 50 people. It's usually pretty well attended, so we'll see. We have new music, so everybody's probably looking at their website going, I wish you'd publish this sooner so we could get it printed out sooner. Hey, Michael, howdy. Judy's in. Looking a lot like it's looking a whole bunch like Christmas, isn't it? I had to finish up a handful of stuff from the previous weeks, right? So I'm finishing up stuff for the intro ukulele class and for the baritone ukulele players, and then I think what I'm going to do is put Ode to Joy and for Elise up into our advanced ukulele stuff so that I have a very hilarious, on some level, announcement to make tonight. And so I want to have everybody set up and ready for the big event tomorrow. And so let's put this up here. And guys, if you have not been over to the member site yet, go grab your sheet music over there. Because we want to chat about all of that tonight. Old Lang Syne, Old Lang Syne, and Tuesday we'll be doing some Beethoven. Feels sort of Christmassy a little bit, don't you think? A little Beethoven for Christmas. Let's do this. Go here. I think that's what we want. And then we can put First Noel back on Wednesday. Put that there, get rid of that. All right. For Elise, Ode to Joy, Old Lang Syne, Silent Night, First Noel, Adeste Fidelis. All right, so that's got it there. All right, so then we can talk about that tomorrow. Yeah, we got to sound fancy tomorrow. So. Which we are very fancy. I don't know if you guys have been aware of how fancy we are, but we are very fancy. Who else has wandered in here? Lanny made it in. Good evening, good sir. Vic made it in. Vic had a getting to be legit about Christmas up there as well. Diane, ready for tonight? Snow showers up in British Columbia as well, which is exciting, right? So we are all headed into winter. Sometimes the folks from Australia join us and they are heading into summer, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, they live upside down, so they do everything backwards. Good evening, here. I'm back. Thank you for responding to my request. I don't know what request I responded to, Linda. Let's see. Snow showers in Wheat Ridge. All right, so we're getting a little bit of snow in tonight. Let's see who else. Jacqueline made it in. Hey, Minette. Minette made it back home. Minette spent a few weeks out in Chicago helping out. Thank you, Minette. And she has her new ukulele. It's made it home to Colorado. Evelyn is in. Good to be here. She's in from Ecuador. Let's see what else is going on tonight. Yeah, just usual stuff. Guys, make sure you've been to the member section and got your new sheet music loaded up. Silver, it's obviously just the tip of the iceberg at this point, but we are working on We Wish You Merry Christmas, Silver Bells, and White Christmas. And what I think what I'm going to be doing is putting public domain stuff, websites for this to work on during the week. And then the not public domain stuff back here for orchestrated ensemble work. So Cindy wanted me to arrange Moonglow for a separate reason, but it sounds it's got a nice little, I don't know, kind of a cool sound to it. So we'll probably treat it like Christmas music, even though it's not. Frosty the Snowman. I know that you're just dying to get your hands on Frosty the Snowman. Aspen Glow is John Denver piece we'll be working on, and I got a whole mess of stuff in this computer to cover Christmas tunes. So don't you worry your pretty little head. You'll be so sick of Christmas music by the time Christmas gets here that we will. You know, whatever. Let's see. Who else is coming and wandering in here? Kat made it in. Excited about the songs tonight. Yeah, they're nice songs. They really are. Valerie made it in. Sandy made it in. Carol is here. Barb, hello. Linda. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, okay. That what sometimes I'm just responding to emails. Here, this, that, yeah, sure, no, and sometimes I'm not remembering everything I say. Manette loves Moonglow. Okay, so there's 2 votes for Moonglow. Hey, Annie. Colorado Christmas. I put this terrified situation. We have a terrified situation with Colorado Christmas, and here's what it is. I know back in the day when we were getting all this up and running, I was willing to sit down with my ukulele and listen to the song on the radio and work at plunking it out either on a ukulele or on a piano, plunk, 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 and figure out the individual notes. Once I have the individual notes, it's not hard at all for me to figure out which chords go with them, but I have to have the melody line. Okay. And so there is no sheet music anywhere on the planet for Colorado Christmas. Several of us have searched high and low. Finding the chord sheet is no problem. And then you can find the chords, you can find the lyrics, everybody's happy. If we were normal ukulele players, that's exactly how we would play it. But obviously I don't do that kind of music anymore. And so I'm not willing to sit down and listen to the song over and over and over while I try to figure out which notes go in it. So if one of you would like to sit down and tab out note by note what the melody is, I can figure the rest out myself, but I'm just too old and too tired to do that kind of work when we can do it takes about 10 times the amount of time to turn a chord sheet, with chords and lyric sheet into real sheet music, and so I don't do it anymore. It's too much work. But somewhere out there, somebody somewhere has made a melody line of Colorado Christmas. I feel confident, but we can't find it anywhere on the internet. There's another song I was working on for one of the other people I know, a Pink Martini song. It also has no sheet music. So there are songs out there that don't have any sheet music whatsoever. And we will I will ignore them from now on because it just takes too long to put them together. Kat, I've got O Come, O Come Emmanuel done on guitar, so I will take a look at that and see if I can't get it switched over to ukulele. So don't worry about that one. That one I've got covered. Let's see. Level, I know, right? It's a beautiful song. Tanya, hope you had a good week. Yeah, I did have a nice week off. Glad to be back as well. And a red moon glows upon. Okay, okay, Michael. figure out the melody line, and then I'll turn it into real sheet music. But like I say, I'm just too old and too tired to do that sort of stuff anymore. Okay. We're going to just work through these tonight. We will probably not play like we have been playing. Maybe not. Let's find out. We'll find out. I want to talk through each song. I really want to dig into all of the facets of each song because these are the kind of songs that you could play as an ensemble. You could play them with other instruments. You could play them in lots of different ways. And these are all sort of ultra Christmas classics. And the stuff we do during the week will continue to be more of that sort of the old-fashioned, old-school Christmas tunes, which is I love those. I would, if I had my choice, I would do none of these modern songs. But I like to go through each of these tunes tonight. We only have 3 tonight, and not gear them up fully for orchestra, but let's dig in and make sure we know exactly what's on here and how to play it. And then as we move forward over the next few weeks, obviously we will put these into our program about getting you up to speed and getting you bulletproof and all of that on each of these songs. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to finish all of the concerts, not the encore, but the actual Christmas concert itself was We Wish You a Merry Christmas. This is a very traditional ending. I think you're required by law to finish every Christmas song, Christmas concert with We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And so we will do that last each week. So and in the meantime, let's start with Silver Bells. It's by far the easiest of the 2 between this and White Christmas. And so go ahead and pull up Silver Bells. Again, hey, Patty, welcome in. Let me remind you again, you may end up thinking, hey, I should put a little Christmas concert together, either with the students you work with, wherever you work at, or get together a couple of friends who know how to play ukulele or whatever. Now, I don't know how things are where you live, but here in Denver, we are on fire with the virus. And so and I'm not getting together with anybody this year. And because of that, I'm going to have to be playing all of these tough you because it's just going to be me. But that doesn't mean I don't want to know the other ways to play as well, right? And so let's make sure that you feel really comfortable with what's in front of you, no matter what way you may end up playing this stuff. The other thing I think is if you decide to play with a group, let's say you're going to get a couple baritone players, a guitar player, you playing ukulele, somebody, 2 or 3 people know how to sing. You get everybody together. I do have conductor scores for all of these tunes. And so my piece that I'm looking at here has the ukulele, the tough ukulele, and the baritone on here. The only thing that this doesn't show, the conductor score, is the shape of the baritone chords. And for that, you do need the baritone sheet music. Those of you guys that grab baritone sheet music, you've got the correct chord shapes on there. I have to, with the way this software works, it really finds it getting it to have ukulele chords and baritone chords and banjo chords and guitar chords all on the same piece of paper. It really does not like to do that very well. None of the software does. And so in order to do that, I have to go through, if I have a baritone line, I have to add them on one at a time, and it's very time consuming. So what I normally do is just build the whole thing as if it's a ukulele piece of sheet music, and then I save the baritone one, and then I can if I save it separately, then it's much faster to change all the chords. And so that's why on the conductor scores you don't see baritone chord grids. Okay. Outside of that, if you are in charge of a group and you want the conductor score, just send me an email and I'll make sure you get it. Other thing on these baritones, guys, yours is a lot harder to play. We talk about this all the time in baritone class. Because you have the low voicing, it's all up here on strings 2 and 3, or 3 and 4 for the most part. And so your job is much harder to play than the other guys, but you do have a full melody there. And so it should be absolutely quite lovely to play. Hey, Jazz, welcome in. Let's get sorry, but I'm here. All right, Caleb made it in. All right, Caleb's one of our baritone players. Awesome. All right, so let's go through. Let's make sure everything plays the way you think it should play, and then we will do that with all 3 of the songs tonight. So first of all, Silver Bells. Let's check our chords. You're going to be probably, for the most part, pretty happy with them. You got your C chord, right? Baritone players, I'm not talking to you. You guys know your chord shapes, okay? City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, stressed in. And we're in 3, right? I'm trying to make it in 4 for some reason. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks. And then dressed in, go to your F, holiday style. And then you got to get that real D7. Okay, it's going to sound much, much better if you use a real D7 here instead of the cheater. In D, and it goes, that's just one beat over to G7. There's a feeling of Christmas. Dun, 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 dun. Children laughing, people passing, feeling. And then F chord, smile after smile. And then... and on every street corner you'll hear da, da, da. Okay, now what I did I don't know when I first arranged this song, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. I wanted silver bells, bing bing bing. Okay, and of course, a lot of times they'll have in an orchestra setting, they'll actually have somebody playing bells, bing bing bing, and we have this. And so what you'll get in this is my interpretation of what the bells sound like, but you ignore those when you're singing, right? Silver bells, diddling. Back in the day, John and June gave me this little bell, had a real pretty little tone to it, and I've been using it every single time we do this song since then. Silver bells, and then I ring it in the microphone. Diddling. Okay, next is the F chords on page 2. Silver bells, and then you got your G7. It's Christmas time in the city. Okay. Ring-a-ling, bing, bing, bing. F chord. Hear them ring, bing, bing, bing. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Okay, and so those are your chords. Chords are not a big problem. They're, except for the D7, they're basically day 1 type chords. And so those of you who like to sing, you got a winner right here. You don't have to work very hard on ukulele, and you can really turn it into something. I would look at whether a 3-finger arpeggio would work on that. 1, 2, 3, 1. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. So I would be thinking about something like that if I were a player. I don't know. A lot of times waltzes don't work that well for arpeggio, doing that type of thing. So this one may or may not fit your voicing. Let's talk about repeats very quickly. At measure 31 and 32 is your first ending. Measure 33 is your third ending. What? Wait a minute. Something's wrong there. Measure 31, you're going to go in there twice, but there's only 2. I had dinner a little bit ago and had the mildest amount of spice in it, just a little hint of Asian inspired spices. And my little body's like, ugh. The measure 31 and 32 has 2 repeats in there, but you only have 2 sets of lyrics. So what are you supposed to do on the third time? Fairly common in music to do the first verse, go back, do the second verse, and go back and do the first verse again. Okay, so most of the music, and you guys know this just from listening to music, that it's very common, whatever the first line is, to also then wrap up with the first line as well. And so that's what's going on in this arrangement, is you're going to sing the first verse twice. You're going to sing first verse, then second verse, and then first verse again. Okay. And then on the third time through, you skip 31, 32. And then I have a very basic ending on here. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Okay, so there's very basic ending on there. Very nice chords. Not hard to sing, really. I can't sing it, but anybody with any singing skills can pull this one off. And then let's play the melody. Okay, in case you don't necessarily know it. And it's for everybody, baritones and ukuleles together. 1, 2. Five, 3. Go back to the beginning of the song. Now, with my foot thing on, it's not. Have you noticed as you get older, there's weird sounds that just come out of your body every time you move it? All right. So that's the melody. And as melody players, that's really lovely, right? You've got everything is just very compact and easy to play. Awesome melody, very modern feeling to the way the melody moves on it. But pay attention when you're on tough uke, especially when you get to those bells over at page, like measure 20, for example. Measure 20 in playing melody is 0, 3, 1, but on the tough uke line, it's 12, 10, 8. Okay, so those are an octave apart. They're both serving the same purpose. If you can get two ukulele players together, you got a home run there because you got octaves, right? Somebody's playing 12, 10, 8, and the other person's playing 0, 3, 1. You're playing the same notes. If you can get it timed up perfectly, it sounds really big and really cool. So I don't think you can do them simultaneously. You'd have to be really committed to this song in order to do that. But the idea would be, hey, let's get two people together. Let's play. You play the melody line. I'll play the tough line, and you will end up with a whole lot of music. Even if you don't play the tough line, and you have two players, as you're going along, both of you are playing melody. One of you at measure 20. Divide up those two parts. Same thing happens at measure 26. Okay, you got a high and a low. Same thing at measure 18. Okay, that you're having the low voicing and the high voicing, and it sounds pretty nice. I don't really know what I do with the baritones. I think baritones baritones you're basically in the middle on that one. So the idea is to make those bells really mean something. And we'll find out about that as we go through tough uke. Okay, so let's play it one more time, just the melody, and then we'll move on to tough uke. Okay, so from the top, if melody's a lot for you right now, and most of you, it's not. Most of you are like, yep, I have melody. It's not a big problem for me. But if it is still a problem, you got the C chord, F chord, D7, and G7 chords. Play those, right? And see if you can sync up with me. I'm not trying to play it perfectly at this moment, but I'll do better, right? Give me 3 beats, and we'll see how we do. From the top, I'll try to keep the beat steady. 1, 2. blew that last note. But the idea, right? So we've got that all sounding nice and smooth and pretty, one note at a time, really getting it clean. And what I did was soon it will be. Then I let that float out there, Christmas Day. So I let my idea of the song get in the way of what's on the paper. And when we play when we play ensemble music where we're all supposed to be playing together, that doesn't work. And if we were in the same room together, that wouldn't have happened, right? But because I'm letting my idea of what the song is, I would make that one note too long. All of a sudden, I'm blowing you out of the water, and I don't mean to do that. What you and I would be doing if we were in the same room, I would be hearing your beat, you'd be hearing the melody, and we'd be working together, keeping an eye on each other, sort of thing. Would have been much more smooth. All right, now, so if you play ensemble music, some of you play chords, some of you play melody, everybody's happy, go out for a beer. Now, if you're sitting at the house going, I don't know another ukulele at 100 miles, okay, one, get out of the house. No, don't get out of the house. Meet somebody. Don't meet anybody. They'll kill you. Here we go. From Let's Play Tough Uke, and that's for when you're sitting at the house trying to make things beautiful. Wow, about time, Kari. Glad you're here. All right. Let's see. From the top, Tough Uke. Okay, and as we go through, I'll stop a couple of times and talk to you about fascinating and interesting things I see along the way. Here we go. From the top. 1, 2. F chord, pinky on top, right? We've done that on a lot. Okay, bar on 2, pinky on 5. Switch right away to your middle, and then G7. Okay, you got a dotted quarter note there, so then you got to let that note run a little bit longer, and then the next one's fast. Bar chord. Okay, I forgot to mention. I don't need to mention it. I have those little swooshies on there. It's supposed to represent a slide, but it just doesn't sound that good. So I think I will probably make those go away. So we'll get rid of that and get rid of that. Those don't need to be there. No. All right. Let's go on to measure 17 and get our bells in there. Let's see. Kari made it in. It sounds so cool with you playing the tenor. Doesn't it sound cool when we play together in time? It's very cool. All right. We got to make this little peanut go into the peanut butter, and there we go. Okay, it's so weird, right? All right, from measure 17, from the top, from 17, 1, 2, 3. Whoops, sorry guys, I blew my foot pedal here, and then I gotta go way up to 12. So that's the hard part of the song, right? I knew the hard part was coming, so I blew my page turn. When you get to F2, 3, you want to have your pinky on that. See what I'm going to do there? I got the F chord, ring, pinky, and then immediately slide it up. Okay, because you've got a half note. You got 2 full beats up there, so don't go too crazy fast. But when you go quickly so that you can get that sound. Okay, bum bum bum, bum bum bum, right? Bum 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 or zip, bum bum bum. So that's what you're after. And you probably could use your ring finger there if you wanted to. No, you can't. You have to have your pinky there. It won't make any sense. Okay, so you're going to use your pinky to zip up to 12. Now, be careful when you do those big, long runs with your finger. You can actually cut them open. So don't push down so hard that you cut your finger. Okay, there's our safety discussion for the evening. From 19, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you got 570 575. That's your high D7. We talk about this one all the time. I want you to memorize that one. High D7 0575. Soon it's Christmas time. And slide down in. Yeah, I went too fast that time. And then make sure after you hit this high D7 not to slow down. It's what I'm continuously doing, and I don't want you to think it's supposed to be that way. Okay, so it's going to be soon it will be Christmas Day. Bum bum 303, and then city, and then you go up to measure 2 or up to measure 1, 1 or 2, measure 1. Okay. All right. So that's our plan. That's what we're going to do. Now, again, be smart. If you are a chord player, play chords. If you are a melody player, play melody. If you're a tough uke player, play tough uke, right? Right now, who cares? Okay. Your goal is to get that exact feeling that Linda got, was like, hey, I sound pretty good playing with Gary. Yeah. Okay. So turn your speakers up just a tiny bit where we have a nice little balance between you and me. And we're going to play. I'm going to play the tough uke. You're going to play in whatever style you feel happy with. And we're going to make this sound beautiful. First time through, let's just play it twice through. We won't play it 3 times through tonight because we got to get to the other songs. But first time through, play it with your thumb. Second time through, if you're a more advanced player, play it with your claw. Okay, so that you're getting both of those experiences. This song for sure is a thumb song. Yeah, but if I can remember, I will play. All right, and do that one. You end up using a lot of ring on this because there's so many 4-string chords in here, and so I'm not a big fan of claw on something like this. But give it a try if you want and see what happens. Okay, from the top, 2 times through, 2-beat count in. Play it any way that feels good. 1, 2. Sorry, to the top. Okay. There you go. So hopefully that's sounding pretty good at your house in one way or another. Not the toughest song ever, but there are plenty of places in there to trip you up. I think the bells trip me up a little bit, making sure that D7, that crazy G7 at measure 30 is different than the one at measure 22. And, they're the same exact fingering, but one is a half note and the other is a quarter note, and you want to make sure you stay on top of it. Give me some feedback, guys, about what's going well for you. We're not getting this in. We're not going to get songs in time yet. We will eventually get there as an orchestra. As an orchestra, we want to make sure that you can play this in lots of different ways. Okay, it's Christmas music, right? Probably a good chance this year you're going to be playing a little bit of solo ukulele. But as we go through the rest of the next 6 weeks, we want to get some pieces fully up to speed where you can play them, where we can sit everybody down and play them together. And for those of you who are tough uke players, take a lesson from me. Tough uke is tough. I didn't name it that on accident. I absolutely knew what we were getting ourselves into back in the day. It's tough in the sense that as a solo player, you can mess around with timing a little bit and know your audience will be none the wiser. They won't necessarily care because they're letting you be the musician you need to be at that given time. On the other hand, if you would like to play at the highest level, you really got to be able to play that stuff in time as well. And so you will notice with me, I'm pretty good. I'm okay, right? But I'm not for by a long shot hitting it on the numbers. And I think playing to a metronome is a bad idea unless you're getting ready for a solo performance and you're almost have the entire thing memorized. Then you use a metronome to go back through and double check your timing on stuff. But the much better system is to play with the real human beings and get used to that human interaction a little bit. Oh gosh, Gary's behind again, or Gary's ahead of us. What are we going to do to adapt a little bit? That's actually a very musical thing that we all have to learn when we begin ensemble work. Let's see. This will be fun, Mike says. This is one of my parents' favorite. I thought this was kind of a modern song. All right. So, yeah, I love that song. I think it's absolutely beautiful. All right. So there's that. You know what you're doing on Silver Bells. Let's move over to White Christmas. Things get a lot messier here in White Christmas. So snap your thinking cap on because we're going to go through this one in the same way. Silver Bells, very straightforward, nothing crazy or out of the box on that one. White Christmas, guess what? Irving Berlin. Oh God, here we go. Jazz. So we're going to be talking about some kind of wanky chords. Not bad, but certainly definitely more challenging than some of the others. Before us ukulele players start crying too hard about the chords in here, I assure you the baritone ones are much more difficult. And so don't let yourself get too sad about these chords. Just know that in the baritone world, they kind of hate me right now with this song. All right. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Now notice just that part right there. Whole note, dreaming of a whole note, quarter note, whole note that crosses a measure, very annoying. And then just like the ones I used to, 6 beats long, can you believe it? Where the tree top glisten and children listen to hear 2, 3, 4 sleigh bells in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I do this all the time in class, all the time. In all of my face-to-face classes during the day, I'm always counting these long notes. I'm pretending that you are understanding that I'm modeling a behavior that I'm wanting you to start doing. Here's what I know for sure. If you do not count this, here's how you will play it. I'm 2, 3, dreaming of a white 2, 3 Christmas 2. Just like and then you'll be like, wait, I feel off. Just like the one I used to know, 2, 3, where the tree top. See, you don't know what I'm doing, right? I'm shortening all the long notes and All of us do it. It's not, I'm not picking on you guys. I'm not picking on you specifically. I'm telling you, for years and years and years, I've done it. And for years and years and years, I've watched students do it. You gotta make sure when you have long notes and nothing in the middle that you are counting them in your head. That's why you'll see in Tough Uke, look at what I do, right? I arrange stuff in there. I'm plink, 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 dreaming of a white plink, 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 Christmas, plink, plink. Those plink plinks are decorative, yeah. And you'll always notice in all of my arrangements, I never ever do anything with the left hand when I'm doing those plink plinks. Whatever I'm holding here, it's going to be a note out of those chords. They're used to help you not come in early. They have a real meaningful message. And also, when you're playing Tough Uke, can you see those types of notes that are purely decorative? Don't play them weenie whiny. Play them with authority. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Because I'm trying to really make them into something so my audience isn't be like, why is he doing all those extra notes? I'm doing them for decoration. I'm really doing them so I count properly. But it's on the member page, Caleb. You got to log in, and I know you have a membership now, Caleb. So go to the member portal and then down onto that page there. So click on member portal and then make sure you're logged in, Caleb, and then do the member portal, and then that's where the sheet music's sitting. Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, and Caleb, I know you have a password. I know you do. You have to go check with some of the authority figures, but you do have one. All right. So those decorative notes help you make sure you don't just think that they're nothing, because they really are there for two purposes: one, to decorate the song, and two, to make sure you don't come in early. All right. Let's talk about chords first, as always. F. I'm dreaming. That's a long one. And then you've got, here's how you know it's jazz, because there's a minor seventh chord in there. So it's a little mini bar there on two with your thing. So it's really just a partial B flat, right? Dream. Isn't that a cool chord? Dreaming of a white. And it looks like that F ended up kind of scooted over above that A. I think it probably should be there. I'm dreaming. Yeah, it's really a one beat G minor seventh. Dreaming of a 1, 2, 3, 4 B7. This is, I think, is a kind of fairly hard transition from B7 to C7. Christmas. Okay, so I actually would like to have a C7 higher up the neck probably, but I'm going to go with that. Christmas. B minor, I'm sorry, B flat. It's there. You guys love it. Okay, and if yours sounds like that, it sounds like that. Just live with it. Just like the ones I used to know. Strum where the treetops. F7 is, don't get weird about it. We had it in Love Me Tender. F chord, ring finger right there as F7. Go listen and the children. And then B flat minor, listen, oh, isn't that pretty? To hear B flat, sleigh bells in the snow. Very traditional resolution to that. G minor 7, C7. But notice in 14, B flat, F chord, G7, G minor 7, C. Okay, very, very traditional kind of a chord progression there. And then it starts all over. I'm dreaming of a white B7 Christmas. With every Christmas card I write, may your dream days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Okay, and then you go back at the end of 32. You'll go back up to the top and clear to the top and play all the way back down. Skip the second time through. Notice your first ending begins at measure 30. So the second time through, when you hit 29, put your piece of, take your highlighter and make a notation at the end of 29. If you go into 30, you got to go back to the beginning. And if you don't go into 30, you go into 33. Okay. All right. So there's your chords. Chords are they're not super complicated. They're a little bit different. The hard part with chords on this one, I think, is getting your rhythm right, getting them in the right spots, because you have lots of them that are either one beat or a couple of them that are only two beats, and so getting those set up properly is important. Next, melody. Let's play some melody. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1. You go all the way to 10. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 31 and 32, if you're playing melody, that's an 8-beat note, and then you go back to the top. If you're playing chords, really important that they hit the F2, and then okay, so there. Because that's what's going on. 32 is a turnaround to send you back to the beginning of the song. Jasmine asks, for the G minor 7, do you recommend borrowing E and A strings or play them with separate fingers? I'm borrowing them. I think that I think treat it as a B flat with this open. That's what I'm doing. That seems to make the most sense. Now I know I teach you guys, play with a full bar, but here's a situation where you just bar those two and put that one there. I think that's the smart thing to do. I think it's less work, and it just feels like I'm holding, my regular B flat. So yeah, that's what I would do. Okay. The melody parts that mess you up, right? The 8s and 10s. So just be aware they're there, and just when you're gonna have to pull your eyes off the paper, guys. That's one of the things that my entire orchestra, I think we would all agree. As a conductor, I believe this as well. If I could just not look up and I could just keep my eyes on the paper, I would be in so much better shape. But you can't, right? And so the key is when your music goes up the neck, you want to know what your highest note is. In this case, we'll go to measure 21, and we'll use that. Measure 20, we'll use that as a good example. So I'm dreaming of a white, and then it's 2, 3, Christmas. Now you look down, you got 5, 7, 8, and 10. So what I'm going to do is think, all right, my high note's 10, and then I got to get an 8, and then I got to get a 7. Well, that's clear up on seventh position to even get that. What if I went to 5th position and stretched to get that 10, right? 10, right? So there's not a right answer. There's better answers and worser answers. I love saying that word. But typically, generally speaking, you want to be thinking about playing in 1st position, in 5th position, and in 9th position. So those are standard positions. Now, if you're on guitar, that's really important. If you're on ukulele, not quite so important, because you have the ability to reach over lots of frets. So a lot of times, if I see a 10, I'm going to play in 5th position, and I'm going to have my pinky reach up and grab the 10. right? I'm missing a few frets along there, but I'll be able to noodle them around just in a specific way so I can get them. But just be aware, if you see that music going up the neck, you're probably going to want to grab a fixed position and then ride out those notes. It's what doesn't work when I do, and I do it all the time when I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot the music goes way up there. I start chasing my pinky finger all along there, and it's never successful. So don't be a Gary and chase your pinky finger around hoping for the best, right? Have a plan in place and do the plan. So there's that. We played the whole thing, right? Except, at the end, we should talk about the end on this one. So you get to measure 29, and then you're going to go to 33 the second time through. It feels the same at first. Christmases, but then you're going to go 7, 8. Be white. Isn't that pretty? That's a nice ending, right? Ding, ding. So I just raised it up an octave. And Mike says he bars them. All right. That works too. That works too. Whatever your attack strategy is on those, you follow that strategy. And for me, it's about positional playing almost all the time. But Mike's idea of, hey, I'm going to bar here and then I'll be able to reach these other ones, that makes a whole lot of sense. That way you know where you are, and you will then just teach your fingers how to get to the correct frets. All right. So we've talked about chords. We talked about melody. Is it really 7:47 already? Holy Moses. All right, let's play the tough uke, and see how we do. From the top, let's play it twice through. That'll give me the chance to make the same mistakes twice. Let's do it twice through, and then we'll zip out. We wish you Merry Christmas. We wish you Merry Christmas is easier, by the way. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should talk about that section. Hold on. I was like, oh God, I forgot about that. You came out of 4. 4 was not terrible, right? And then you hit 5, and you're like, oh, I don't like this song anymore. Okay, so 5 starts with a big B flat right up front. Okay, that's this B flat. You guys grew up hating this B flat. This B flat's actually easier. It's a bar on 5, F shape in front. Okay, and that's just there as to fill in the extra beat there. Boom, and then you hit the 5, just like and then you got all these 10s. Go up here, several options. Okay, this is really going to end up being a B flat 6. So don't overemphasize this top string. Okay, just use the bottom 3 10s. Those are the important ones. I just thought it sounded kind of cool to put in a lot more jazzy chord there. Okay. And I have a soprano ukulele that is not super happy about playing way up here down the neck. Hopefully on your tenors, most of you have tenors, you got a little bit more room to get a nice clean grip in there. 10, 8, 7, 5, and then down to your regular F chord. So that's a section you probably have to actually pull your eyes off the paper to get everything where it's supposed to be. And then just know it resolves to an F chord with your 3 at measure 7. So go to measure 7, and let's go from there. Measure 8. B flat. B flat minor. Okay, this is your B flat with your pinky on 8. So put your B flat on and add a pinky on 8. this is it, your E minor on 5. It sounds really cool. E minor shape, but just put it on 5. To the top, last time through, go. Second ending. And then a bar chord on 5, pinky on 8. Add your middle and ring to get this weird little minor 7th chord in. Isn't that cool? And then take your middle and ring finger right back off. And you got that. Okay, so really beautiful piece of music, plenty of jazzy feeling to it. A lot of moments where you're like, "Oh, that's going to be a little bit of work," and so that's a beautiful song, though, right? So it's going to probably be worth the effort. Let's see. So glad I decided to play baritone. I really like doing it. Yeah, right. Sometimes you play baritone, sometimes you play ukulele. By the way, we are the only ones on the planet who think that. Okay, baritone's not a popular instrument, but I'm delighted that we're bringing it back. Right, we're bringing back George Clooney and we're bringing back baritones. All right, let's run out. Let's go grab "We Wish You Merry Christmas." Quite a bit easier song than that one, and all of you should probably get. Especially if you're going to be doing any type of public performance, "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." It's kind of required, right? It's part of the thing, and we'll go through it very quickly. I do have a couple of things announcement-wise. One. I will continue to post sheet music up there as soon as I can get it done. I think I have my entire front page stuff for Jolly Roger done for the week, so I should have enough time theoretically for me to work on Christmas music for behind the scenes the rest of the time. My plan is to put public domain stuff on the front page and not public domain stuff on this back page, so you guys will get the more modern music, and there's that. Second thing is, what else was I meaning to think about? We will be doing Christmas music really for the next 6 weeks or so. And then after that, I've been actually invited to give a ukulele demonstration to a classical guitar group over Zoom toward the end of January. So you guys are going to be working with me on that. What we're going to do is at the end of Christmas music, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to do a night of Tin Pan Alley. And so we'll be working on that. You will be helping me prep for that, basically. And so I'll be letting you guys know what most of the stuff, about half of it, you guys have already played on one level or another if you've been on the front page at all. But I'm going to put in a few of my old favorites that I like to play. So that will be coming after Christmas. And then the third thing is tomorrow. Apparently, there's a news. There's a TV reporter coming, and they want to take a picture of people who are doing surviving the pandemic, I guess. And so they want to come and I don't know how they figured out that they should come talk to me, but in any event, they're coming over here around. The reporter's supposed to be here between 9 and 9:30. I'm assuming that I will have some sort of conversation with her, and then I assume that they're going to come and videotape me teaching a lesson or whatever. And so, if you are available tomorrow and you want to see a train wreck, sometime around 9:30 or so, we're going to have this thing happen. And I, of course, don't do particularly well when I'm supposed to be a performing monkey, and so it's usually pretty hilarious to watch what happens. And so your part in that would not necessarily, I mean, obviously you'd be running the chat bar and we'd be having conversations and being very serious about offering a lesson, but mostly you'd be watching me sweat. And so if you feel like you can get away tomorrow, I will post on the front page of Jolly Roger where the link is for this. And we may open up the room early and have you guys just so everything is working perfectly, so that when I come in here, I can just sit down and they can take some video of me teaching you guys a lesson. And other than that, I'm not sure what they're looking for. So, but anyway, it's our local television station. So we're getting very famous people. It's basically once they upload it, then it'll be on the AP, and then George Stephanopoulos will be in here shortly thereafter. So plan on being on 60 Minutes. And I know I'm mixing my networks up over all this stuff. It's very exciting. Let's see. My massive advertising campaign is really working out. Let's see. We can say you knew me before you were rich and famous. This is rich and this is fame right here. You are looking at fame in the ukulele world. So it's you and me, us together. That's what it is. So, yeah, right. I'm gonna have to get an agent, right? I'm gonna get a bodyguard. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Pick any way you want to play it. There's some 7s and some 8s in there. 10s show up. Okay. Pick any method. You're going to sight read it. Okay. We're going to sight read it. You guys can do it. And, oh, gosh. These days, don't you feel like when you have to sneeze these days, you're committing some sort of act of violence against society? All right. Probably starting in 3rd position to get these 7s and 8s is going to be a fairly important thing. This song usually, that hurts my neck. Well, I say this is usually a song that's pretty quick. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish, but when we are learning a song, we do it at half the beat. Thank you, Wood. Let's see. Isn't guitar 9? Yeah, guitar is supposed to be at 9, but we're winging it, right? I already talked to the guitar peeps, and I'm like, there may be a schedule change. I'll be sending out an email to let you guys know. Be kind of fun to have a whole bunch of people in the room if we can to record this great moment. I don't know what to do. They may not even be interested in that, but they may just want to chat with me. Who knows? But in any event, guitar is going to get messed up because I'm going to be talking to the reporter, and then who knows what will happen after that, and then we'll just drop back into the regular thing. So, yeah, no, I did not. All right, here we go. Any way that feels comfy from the top. Here we go. 1, 2. time to measure 5. Second ending. 2, 3, 4. Okay. When we do this in concert, usually we're singing instrumental, right? So you play it much faster, much louder, much sillier. And I put tremolo. I used to always say tremolo at the end, right? But if you played the top fugue version of this, you may not just put that 0 in. Bong. Or for baritone players, you're 1. It's just a C note, bong. And there you have it. So hopefully you can start messing around with that. Do check the website a couple of times. I may or may not get you an email out about when I upload some other stuff. But we're going to do the 6 songs that are on there, plus quite a few more, guys. I have lots of them already done, but I'm cleaning them up and making them pretty for our online presentation. I want you guys always to get the really, really good stuff. And so I hope everything's going well for you. If you are in most cities in the United States, you should probably not leave your house. It is brutal out there. And I have a couple of friends who were doing everything right and still got it. So it's just, please be really safe out there. It's just an awful thing to get. Also, practice, right? There's some of that. Okay. Do something good, right? Figure out something beautiful and wonderful you could do for somebody else. Do that and keep showing up. I know Monday night you're like, oh gosh, I got ukulele. Or you're probably thinking, yay, I'm ukulele, right? But whatever you're thinking, if you want to be good, this is the right place. I promise. If you keep doing this pretty soon, this is easy and you're looking for ways to make it harder. And so what we do here is incredibly difficult, but it's top level stuff. And so I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you feel like, yeah, man, I'm doing something that's valuable to my life. And so let's keep at it. And don't forget, subscribe and like if you haven't done that already. And if you have any challenges chasing the sheet music down, remember, you got to log into the member page first, and then you just click on member sheet music, and it's all going to be posted there. And we're going to have a lot of it. So we will probably we'll be a little bit sick of Christmas music by the time we're done with it. And then we have Tin Pan Alley coming up after that, and it's all fun, right? And you guys will be playing better than I play, and I'm the one who will have to go and make a fool of himself. So you'll help me work through all of that process. And you guys will help me get ready for that and that concert. It'll be fun because you'll be able to give the same concert as well. So that's what I know. That's where we're at. That's thinking clear out into the end of January now. So I don't anticipate getting this anytime soon. And so hopefully you are in the same boat. You're just fine with sitting down here on a Monday night and playing a little ukulele. It's a pretty good thing to do. All right. Have a wonderful evening. Let me see you out here. Yeah, Manette, have a wonderful evening. Glad you're back home. Patricia, good to see you. I will see you tomorrow. Michael, always good to see you on a Monday night. Glad you made it, bud. Vic, I will see you tomorrow, no doubt. Vic probably should be here. She comes to almost all of the classes, and it's like she should probably be down here to talk to this reporter and be like, you shouldn't be talking to him. He's got issues. All right. Thanks, Evelyn. Marie, Austin, have a great night. And Carol, good to see you. Jasmine, super fun. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Jess. I appreciate it. We're gonna have a good time, right? Well, those poor reporter, she doesn't know what she's getting into, does she? Jacqueline, good to see you. Lanny, have a great evening. Break a leg tomorrow. I know she'll be here. She'll be like, I want to talk to you about making music in the pandemic. And I'll be like, come on in. Here's a ukulele. Let's get started. She will walk out of here being like, I don't think I want to do interview musicians anymore. Yeah, they're all three of the arrangements. I'm really proud of all three of them. I think they're really nice. Okay. I think you could go wrong with playing something else. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Kat. Good to see you. Valerie, another great Monday. We managed to get through it, right? Kari, thank you. Great. Yeah, great. Look at Kari. Kari runs our Christmas group here in Denver. So this is old stuff. This is old school for her. She's done this 20 Christmases in a row already. So thanks, Kari. Good to see you. Let's see. Kari, send me some stuff you haven't done. Let's figure out what that is. I'll see you tomorrow, Annie. Kari, Carrie. Oh, it's a Channel 7 reporter. Yeah, Channel 7. It's Molly Hendrickson. She does the morning show, has red hair. And I follow her on Twitter, and she posts a lot of yoga shit. Like she can do handstands and this kind of stuff, and she posts a lot of photos of her doing that. So I'm not going to pick on her because she could beat me up easy. So I'm just going to get along, and whatever her questions are, I'm going to be like, sure, that's a great question. All right, Carrie. So yeah, it'll be Channel 7. I'm sure they'll let me know when it's going to air. Let's see if it's going to air. Right. Thanks, Carrie. Linda, see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Yeah, probably, right? Just be aware, Linda, we may not have guitar tomorrow. We'll see. Barbara, good night. Have a great night. Thanks, and Carrie. Yeah, I always have fun. Mostly always have fun. Sometimes I think it's more fun than the people that I'm with, but, whatever. All right, guys. Pulling the plug. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks to everybody for being here. I will see you tomorrow or next Monday.